Alright, howdy folks. Probably going to be a quick stream today, but I had the urge just to make some progress on my SE30 Reloaded project. So these are the boards that I got from Will from KMac Vintage. I've already gone ahead and put the inductors on as he suggested. So I'm thinking today I'm just going to try and see how many of the chips I can get off of the old board and start populating them on here. Probably won't have that much time, maybe an hour or so. So I don't know if we'll get through a lot, but I felt like making some progress. So we're going to take first our donor board, and I'll probably start with the ones that Will had said are usually problematic, which are these smaller ones and the FPU. Probably a good idea to actually remove the ROM and stuff from this too while we're here. Since we're not going to use it on this board, might as well take them off. Now, let me just take a quick look here. You know what? I want to try the other board, in fact, I think. Save this one till later. Let's start with this guy. Because this one actually got really close to working. The biggest problem it had was an issue with sound. I can never get sound to work on this board. Went through all the traces, went through everything. Was getting video, not the best video, but it was getting video. So I know there's at least life in this one. So let's start here. All right. I'm going to probably pull off these crystal oscillators first, because I know they tend to be picky about heat. And then I'll move those over right away so I don't lose them. And then we'll move over these little guys. What do we got? UD12, UE12, and UH7. I think those are the ones that Will had mentioned are a little bit of a pain on this board because of the small pads. So, just waiting for the desoldering station to warm up. Then we'll take off the crystal oscillators first. Let's switch over to this guy. Gonna have to adjust that camera. It's a little bit off when I have this view selected. So let's zoom out. Move this board over for a moment. Still waiting for the desoldering station to warm up, because I'm going to use that to take these oscillators off. There we go. Okay. Grab my headset for these. I'll start with this guy. That didn't quite come clean. I'd have to hit that one again. Almost, not quite. Let's take a look under the microscope here. That is... Yeah, that's still got stuff in it. So trying to keep an eye on the live chat. It is always difficult, I find, to multitask, so helps if that's all turned on. You can see why this one did not come clean. It's probably leaching away all the heat through this part. So we'll just reflow it. Try it again. Just leave it a little bit longer. Better, not perfect. All right, so we'll hit it with a little heat then and see if that helps pop it off. I think it's not so bad when you're heating it from the underside, but I know they don't like direct heat. Where we set to? That's a little low. Let's get that up a little. Okay. That side's fine. Just this guy. There we go. Beautiful. That off. And let's take Y3 while we're here. That's not coming clean either. Okay. Sad thing is I've taken these off and put them on several times in the process of trying to fix this board, so I'm actually kind of surprised they do still work after all the heat I've exposed them to. Oh, there we go. There's Y3. Let's put that on so I don't get it mixed up with the other one. Y3. Now, someone please correct me if you know the answer to this, but I was reading on a thread by Computer Compulsive, I think it was, that this particular oscillator, the Y3, is no longer available, which... that seems so strange. Is there not an alternative? Like, I was talking to a gentleman here in town who does electronics for a living, and he said sometimes it's possible to change the capacitors around that oscillator to get, like in this case, the sound chip to work. Because I believe that's all that particular crystal oscillator is serving a function for, is like trying to find this. Wow, there's not much to these legs left, is there? Okay. Oh, let's try it anyway. So yeah, if that's all it takes, I mean, could we not just change the capacitors that we're putting around the sound chip so that it will work with that crystal oscillator? I don't know enough about this to speak intelligently about it. I'm just asking the question. keep losing track of this. It's a little different than the original boards, so I'm not quite used to where it's located. There we go. Just by SE30. Okay. So SE30, just right here. There we go. Not good. That's better. Check the top. Yeah, that came up okay. Crystal oscillator. Now this one cares about which orientation it's in. Let's find where it is on the new board. There it is. That is it there. And what's the square? So I believe the orientation is like this, because you have the 3 round corners and then you have the square corner. Assuming I can actually get it to fit the way it's supposed to. There we are. So yeah, square corner, square corner. Add some flux. Grab some solder. So I had tried helping Craig out earlier today. He has a LG 5K monitor he got from work, and it's the Thunderbolt display. Apparently there's a known problem with that monitor where the Thunderbolt display connector on the back breaks over time, so you can't actually get any monitor output, or excuse me, you can't output anything to the monitor. So I said, you know, I haven't tried anything like that before, but I can take a look. I found, or he sent me a video on someone repairing it, and it was essentially because it's surface mount parts, just a matter of using the hot air rework station and pulling off. Okay, that's good. And pulling off that port and putting it back on. So I thought, okay, I'll give that a try. Well, pulling it off was not the problem. What ended up being the problem was the holes, because there are some holes for stabilizing it and keeping it attached to the board. They wouldn't come clear. No matter how many times I tried, they absolutely refused to come clear. I tried desoldering braid, tried the desoldering station, I tried everything, and they just refused outright to behave themselves. So eventually I was able to clear them, but then I noticed in the process two, I think they're 805 size caps had apparently come off the board. And I was kind of shocked, to be honest, because I didn't think I got anywhere near them with the braid. But apparently I got close enough that the braid was hot still while it was taking out the solder in those holes, that it just knocked them right off the board. And of course I can't find them. I mean, they're minuscule. So if anyone happens to know what the values are for capacitor 127 and 129 on a LG Ultrafine 5K monitor, please let me know, because I'm sure I have the parts here to replace them. I just don't know what the values are. Now, I could make the assumption that they're the same as the two above, but I'd rather not assume. I'd rather know for certain. Okay, now we have, which one is that? Y1. Yeah, Y1. That should be near the real-time clock chip. There it is. Okay. Now I think Y1 we can still find today. I don't think it has the same problem as Y3, where it just doesn't seem to be manufactured anymore. But I would love to know, like, can we not just do something to modify? Because, I mean, these, I have had, I want to say 2 battery damaged boards where that particular oscillator is no more. I mean, it's gone. It was eaten away either through capacitors or through capacitor leakage, that is, or through battery damage. But either way, I mean, there was nothing to save. There were no legs. There was nothing. So I can't be the only one that has that problem. I imagine others have as well. So I would love to know if we can't replace that with something else. Just something even close. Like, I understand there are some that are close to the value that the original had, but I don't know if that's good enough, just be close enough, or if we actually have to change something about the capacitors in that area. All right, those are on the new board. So let's move that out of the way. And let's take these little guys and start, move these chips. Okay. Let's start by moving this, and I will grab my hot air rework station, and we're going to take this little guy off. UH7. Oh, there's Will out at dinner, so we'll watch sometime later. Not a problem, sir. Appreciate it. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for. I just, especially after that fiasco with the LG monitor today, I just felt like working on something a little larger and a little more enjoyable. So, where's our chip? Oops. Ah, there it is. Finding it in the microscope in a view that you guys can actually see, still a challenge. I need to figure out something. I will try playing with some different lenses, I think. Let's add a little bit of flux here, see if we can't get it to melt a little bit faster. UH7. Okay, you guys can see it good. That was quick. All right, that works. So, just so everyone knows, don't expect me to be blazing fast at this. This is my very first attempt. Sorry, just getting messaged on my phone. Just had to check and see who it was. very first attempt at doing something like this, so... And there's UH7, the new spot. Let's check this chip and make sure it's clean enough to put back on. Yeah, that's not bad. Give it a little spritz. So I'm going to just take my time. I have always hated any instance where I've been forced to rush because of a deadline or a time. Like, even as a kid, I remember the levels on video games I hated the most were the ones that were time-based, countdown clock or what have you. Because I'd rather just take it at my own pace and do it right. So, UH7, you are there. Where is pin 1? There you are. So we've got angled corner, so it should be like that, I believe. So that's the way I have it, and that seems to be what's indicated here. I need to find a way to make this a little bit less reflective, but still bright enough that people can actually see. All right, so let's start by putting it, how does Bruce put it? 1 mega Lewis Rossman's worth of flux on the board. And then we'll try and get this guy to sit here properly. Get everything lined up. And we'll go from here. You know, that mega flux is actually a little bit of hampering in this case because I can't actually see all the pads. So maybe I'll start there. There, that looks better. Okay, let's check the other corner. Are we on? Looks like we're on. Okay. Some forward flux. Boy. Okay. I need to do it this way. Feed it. So it actually goes under there. Okay. And then I think drag soldering might be the best way to do this. I can see why people don't do that, Crystal. Well, now I know for next time. Crystal can wait. Just take it off the board and have it ready. Make sure that doesn't pop up. No, we got a bridge. I'll probably take that crystal back off. To be honest, because it is a little bit in the way at the moment. I wish I'd realized that beforehand, but yeah. You learn for the next one. That did not come completely clean. I do have spares of these, so If I damage this crystal, I can certainly replace it. That's annoying. Yeah, I should have left this off until I'd done that chip, but oh well. Nothing I can do now but take this back off. Okay. It's going to be a pain like that, huh? Okay. Well, do what I did last time then. And we're going to find it. It's in view. Good. Oh, of course, I just took off one of my inductors. That's okay. I'll put it back. I need to turn down my air. A little bit strong. Oh, that one's going to go, that one's going to go. Let's put a block up, shall we? I don't want to redo all of them. I also don't want to damage this board if I don't have to. Give me a second here. Let's reevaluate the situation. There we go. Okay, that's better. Alright, let's fix the inductor, because we need that. That we need for sure. So let's put that guy back on. Soldering braid, clean it up. Flex that back up. And put this back where it was. Thank you. There we go. That's better. And we probably want some air. So let's turn that on. Sure nothing else got knocked loose. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's just that guy. Okay. Alright, let's go check on this. Let's check this little feller. Make sure he's okay. Aha! There. I knew we had a bridge. So let's flex that. Stick around, don't you? Oh, that's okay. Try and move it. A second. Look at the other side here. That's better. Yeah, that is much easier when there's nothing else around it. Okay. Alright. I know I've got a bridge on the one side, so let's do this. Let's find it and correct it. Well, there, I already see it. So I can't focus it out. There it is. Okay. Let's try and get rid of that. Actually, I might want to take a little braid to it. And then we will fix this. That's better. Let's check the other sides. Pretty good. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. Let's take another trip around that. Make sure I'm not missing something obvious. It's amazing how just a slightly different angle can give you a totally different view on things. Looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. All right. Around that. And that's one. Right in the middle. This flux. Alright, let's grab UD12 next. Focus. Zoom in. I do have to try changing my lenses. This is really up close. More so than is necessary in my opinion. Okay. Try not to expose that to too much heat if I don't have to. Okay. Get some flux on here. Why not? I got some spare flux. Should be able to use some liberally today. Without too much hassle. use UD12. Let's take a look at that. You can't see very well, can you guys? Let's see if I can correct that. How's this look? Not too bad. Yeah. Clean enough to put on, in my opinion. So UD12 up here. And should be in that orientation. See those pads? Oh my, barely. Can't give myself any more space. Maybe. That's way too much. Oh. You're not even sticking. Oh no. You're not as clean as I thought you were then. Okay, let's take this off then before this is a bigger problem. Trying. Well, I'll try it one more time. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, now you stick. Yeah, huh? There we go. Okay. So, if that was not sticking, then that means it wasn't quite clean enough. So what was going on here? Trying to push that, got stuff on the other side. So how come, buddy? How come you weren't clean enough? You looked pretty clean. Try not to burn our fingers too. There we go. I'm gonna need the tweezers, that's too hot to hold. See if I can't get this. Now the base problem is the pads at the bottom, so how do I do this? Not by flicking it over, that's for sure. Let's try that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I really need you to actually stick this down, bud. Okay. So, back to here. Well, let's see. Corner. Yep, that way. Yeah, I can see that these are just a hair small. It's very difficult to make sure that they're really on there properly. So let's try this. This is the side that gave me a problem. So let's do this. Thankfully, flux is a little bit sticky, so it helps to keep things. Alright. Just a little bit aligned. Okay. That's completely out of your view. It's in my view. I don't know why it's completely out of your view. Okay. Nope, didn't stick with any of them. Yep, that hurts. Okay. Why? Why is this side so bad that it does not want to take flux, or solder, excuse me? Doesn't want to take care of this side for some reason. Nope. Okay. Look at that side again. It's not bad. I've seen worse that has worked, so not sure why. Try and get the bottom a bit more on this one. This bottom is not accepting solder very well. could hit it with the carbon fiber pin a little. Five o'clock. Well, I'll go a little bit longer. Wanted to get at least the hard to get on chips on today. So that's at least 4 chips I want. Okay, that's cleaned up again. UD12. It's there. That's the correct corner. See, I don't like the look of that. It does still look dirty, strangely enough. This again, liberal amount of flux. Some solder. I don't think you guys can see anything, so I'll push this up. Might have actually made a connection that time. Some bridges too. Yay. Okay, yep. We got something sticking on that side, so that's better. Of course it did so and it moved, which is not so good. I moved, I guess, is really what happened. Yep, those still appear to be okay. I will hit the other sides. So I don't want to lose the side I just got to stick down finally. Another bridge, and it's okay, I'm clean those up. Just want to make sure I actually get connection on all these pads, and then I can clean it up. It's not too far off. I'd like to do better for the next one. Wow, that one's really having difficulty too. That's weird. That is too hot. That's really not accepting solder. But it should. Like everything else is. Why? You're supposed to go on the pads, not on the legs. Well, technically both, but you know what I mean. Good grief. Yeah, that side's gonna need some loving. I wonder if I need to switch over to my smaller bit. Maybe that would make it a little bit easier for this one. try this. It's interesting that that side is just really refusing to take it at the pads. Add more flux. And let's try this little guy. I don't know if that's, well, to be honest, that might not work as well. I'll try one more time. Nope, that is not getting anywhere onto the pads. Okay, try a bigger bit. Still not going on to the pads. That's infuriating. Okay. What's this one on this? Wow. Bridging at the bottom, but not actually moving anywhere. Okay, well, I'm gonna try this. Switch back to the one I had, because it tends to be my preferred bit. I gotta do something about this layout. That side doesn't seem so bad. This side does. That still doesn't have nearly enough. Let's just move it back and forth, so let's take it off. Okay. So this one seems fine. This one not so much. This one we need those pads to really accept this solder. I feel like it is accepting the solder underneath here. Let's take another look. Clean this up. see if it looks any better once I can actually see it. Let's see. Where are we? There we are. Okay. Boy, oh boy. See, that side looks okay. Apart from, I think that is a bridge. There we go. Yeah, and it still doesn't really look like it's made it all the way down to that pad, does it? This pad is still golden when I imagine it should have taken on some of the silver. Oh, there's another bridge. But again, look, it doesn't actually look like it's nowadays. Now it's on that pad. It wasn't before. Boy, oh boy. There, got that one. Really gotta get in there. Oh, bridge to holy moly. I can see why these are the tough ones. But, you know, we just keep persevering. That's all we can do. There we go. Okay. Oops. I don't know how much of that was actually in view because I'm trying to see. Where are we? Right here. Okay. Yeah, see? Like, that is not actually connected. It's close. Now it is. That one is. That one is. Nope, not to that one. Nope. Oh, jeez. Help if you guys can see, huh? Hang on. I gotta keep this in my view, but I need to adjust yours too. There we go. Maybe. Oh, who we got? Craig is calling. Let me bring him up here. Hello. Oh, it's going. Just doing a stream, trying to get some chips on that SE30 Reloaded board.
Oh, cool. You want me to see if I can join you?
Yeah, if you want to try, why not? You should have the new link.
Okay, I was going to say, if my 128 doesn't fire up, can I throw in the analog board from my Macintosh Plus spare that I have? Might that work, or is that not a good idea?
I believe the power supply is compatible with both.
Okay. It's worth a try.
Well, my thing would be, like if you're having problems with the 128, it's probably the analog board more than anything. So I would try the 128 in the Plus case and see if you can get it to power up that way.
Oh, I see. That's probably a better idea. You're right. That's probably easier to do, I guess.
Yeah, that would be. Although that connector is a bit of a pain, I find.
Sorry, what was that?
The connector for the power supply on those is quite a pain. I like that they changed it later because the original one was really difficult to get it in and out.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I join you on the stream. I'm just kind of tired, but I'll watch it later.
No problem.
I'm pretty wiped out from driving today.
Yeah, you were on the road quite a bit today, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been to Red Deer, and then Red Deer to Calgary, and then I just had a meeting with our dog date with somebody. So I've been driving for a good 4.5 hours today. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
But okay, well I'll watch that stream later, and then I'm gonna make a list of all the stuff I'm gonna bring you, and then I'll figure out a time to do that.
Okay.
Maybe if you're home tomorrow, maybe I could pop by there around noon and just drop stuff off on your lunch break or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That way it's out of the way and done, because I want to get that stuff done, but I don't want to be coming to visit you in the evening, kind of taking my son swimming tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Tomorrow evening, so. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try doing the swap with the 128 and the plus thing and see how that works.
Yeah, as far as I know, you always double check, but as far as I know, those are compatible power supplies.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'll compare them visually, but I think it's my understanding that the 128, 512, and plus are all the same analog board, or compatible anyway.
Yes.
Oh, the other thing I was going to ask you is I have two SD/SE30 analog boards with power supplies. I'm wondering if I should keep them at your place.
I think we have enough of those at the moment. We just need a front case, which I did find one, and I'm going to try and get it to come in here in the next week or so.
Okay, cool.
We just need to recap all the ones I got. That's a big thing.
I wasn't sure if you did. I have extras in case you need parts, is what I'm saying. So.
Oh, okay. No, I think we're good on parts. It's just a matter of recapping at this point.
I have two analog boards with power supplies, and I have a power supply separate, all from SE/SE30.
Oh, yeah.
And I also have another analog board for a Mac Plus that I'd actually like to go get it, because then I could test it and see if it's actually healthy.
Right.
But I will get the 128 analog board rebuilt, or I can do that with your help or whatever.
Yep. Well, we can definitely tackle that at some point.
Well, I get the 128 as happy and as healthy as possible. So
yeah. I was just
probably order or make some 400K floppies. 400K floppies are hard to find, actually.
They really are. I mean, even the double densities are getting hard to find nowadays.
You can buy 400K discs off of eBay that have software on them already, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Santa's.
I thought I saw some provider. Anyways, I'll let you go, but I just wanted to see if you needed any, like those SE30 analog board parts, but it seems to me you've got lots. So.
Yeah. I was saying on stream here, I was having trouble with that monitor you dropped over because the capacitors came off.
Right, yes.
So we'll have to figure that out at some point. As long as I know what the value is, I have plenty of spares here. I just need to figure out what the value is.
Oh, okay. So you lost both of them, or?
What's that?
You can't find both of them?
Yeah. Apparently when I was emptying out the holes so that the port would go back on, because you need the holes to be empty again, the braid must have been just hot enough to whip them off. Like it just... Yeah, it just went by and just knocked the two of them off.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about something half the size of a grain of rice. So I have not,
Yeah.
unfortunately, not spotted it on my desk. If it's even on the desk.
I wonder if the guy who fixes those would know what the values of those are.
Yeah, it'd be nice. We could ask.
Okay. I can maybe reach out and find out.
Yep. I think my autofocus has been turned on here and I don't want it to be. There we go.
Or they might even have a core replacement where they'll give us a new board and we give them the old one and they'll fix it themselves.
That could be, yep. All we really need at the end of the day is I just need to know those capacities, and then we can get a little new USB connector for it and throw it on there.
So the USB connector we have isn't good? We need to replace the whole thing, or is that what the instructions said?
Well, you can try and reuse it, but I'm thinking because when I looked at it, there didn't seem to be bad connections. I think the port itself is bad.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do some more research and see if we can get that sorted. What's the next project after the monitor here?
Oh, that's a good question. Your Plus is ready for pickup,
All right.
so you can grab that. The 6400 is ready for pickup. I got the hard drive working in that one. I got an
Right.
OS installed, so you should be good there. I think it's...
Do you want to keep that 6400, or do you mind if I sell it?
No, you go for it. I was going to keep the monitor that you brought, so you go ahead and
For
take
sure,
the
yeah.
6400.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't really care for the 6400. That's not really a machine I'm interested in.
Oh, yeah?
I don't. What did you say it was like the 20th anniversary Mac board or something?
The 6500 is essentially the same exact as the anniversary. So if you had an anniversary, you could literally take the board out and test it in this chassis and make sure everything's working.
So it might be worth it to hang on to then.
Might be. I don't think you have to do much in order. I know there's a couple components different on the anniversary edition, but I don't think it'd stop it from working in this chassis. But we could double check that.
Okay. Well, I noticed someone else was selling one for like $250.
Yeah?
Just the tower itself. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting that second 520 from Bai with that other card cage in it.
Oh, jeez. Where'd he go? Sorry, I did it again. I picked up the phone and hit end call by accident.
Okay. I'm getting that other 520 with the card cage from Bai. Should be arriving this week, and so I'll be reselling that cage, and then I'm going to see if there's any other upgrades inside that machine.
Okay.
There's a thing I want you to help me with building modern power supplies for those things.
Oh, yeah?
Because the Apple 500 power supplies are garbage, and there's some guy wrote an article about how to build a new power supply based on Apple's USB bricks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you have the USB brick with USB-C, and then you wire that into the 4-pin connector from the original 500 power supply, and it works super slick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, I need to swap. I think I need your help to reflow the power pins on the logic board, or either the logic board's got a problem or the power supply I'm trying has a problem, because the power supply will sometimes work and other times won't.
Oh?
So there's either cold solder joints on the logic board where the power connector is, or there's capacitor problems in the power supply, which I'm guessing it's the latter.
Right.
Because I've got like 4 or 5 of those power supplies, and I'm getting another one from this auction. And they're all the same. All the monitors, like the 500 series, is pretty modular. You can mix and match and swap and do whatever. The guy machine I bought from the used one from Calgary had a British keyboard.
Oh, yeah?
But it's like, I got the machine from this guy for like, I think $75 or something. And it had the NewerTech 183 megahertz accelerator. It had the 32 meg RAM card, and it had an APS 811 megabyte. The guy spent more money on upgrades for the machine than the machine itself. It's nuts.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so I posted on Reddit, and people are like, "I'm so jealous of your 183. Like, those things are so rare, it's ridiculous."
Oh, yeah?
And when I bought the machine from the guy, I just kind of put it in my garage and didn't think about it.
Yep.
And then like 6 months later, I thought, I better have a look at that. I started ripping it apart and just like, oh my gosh, look at what's inside of this thing. It is completely, utterly mental.
Oh, yeah?
So like, you talk about hidden upgrades. That was the ultimate jackpot for me. Like, nothing's ever been better than that. Like, not 1, not 2, but 3 massive upgrades.
Yep.
Crazy. Okay, well, I'll let you go. I'll maybe do some 128 plus swapping and see what happens. I've got a date thing I'm going to do with my wife tonight, so I'm going to spend some time with her.
Okay, catch you later.
Looking forward to getting this 128 up and running, though.
Yeah, I bet.
I'll have my floppy emu. I can at least run the 400K images off of that to get it going.
Yeah, that's good.
You can hook up 2 floppy emus now. I think there's a daisy chain module you can get.
Oh, really? Oh, that's news. I hadn't heard that.
And then you can, you basically have 2 virtual 400K floppy drives. You don't know if the 800K drive works with the 128, do you?
Not that I'm aware of. Have to double check that one. I don't remember that being an option.
It seems to me that 128 supports 400K drives only, but I could be wrong on that.
No, that sounds right to me, but we'd have to double check.
Oh, some guy was selling the old HD20 I saw, which would be cool.
Oh, yeah?
The 20 megabyte like floppy connector hard drive.
Oh,
Not
cool.
SCSI. But I'd be curious to know if you could upgrade, like, how would you upgrade the drive size on something that's not SCSI, I guess, is the next question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Have to take a look and see what's done internally, really.
I do have an HD20 SCSI, though, that does work, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, because it's 0 footprint. It looks awesome underneath the machine.
Yeah.
I got to see if Jeff can fix my CDSC, the caddy CD-ROM drive. It's got ejection problems.
Oh, yeah.
I would love it if you could fix that. That would be really, really cool.
We got plenty of projects for him.
It plays CDs. The headphone jack works, but it's really challenging to eject anything. Once it's in, it's hard to get back out.
Yeah.
But I imagine if he's fixed Nakamichi tape decks, it's probably not that hard for him.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right there.
Plus, he's also worked on like CD and Laserdisc players, so I don't think it's anything he couldn't handle.
Right.
Anywho, I'll keep you posted, make a list of that stuff, and I'll hopefully drop it off tomorrow around noon.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, see you later.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Sorry about that. See if we can't get this hole to clear. There we go. Now you clear. Isn't that funny? All right, I'm willing to put this back on now that we have this chip sorted, I believe. Just a matter of making sure these legs all go in. Oops. Bent more than I wanted. Yeah, one leg off, of course. Let's see. Try that. There we go. That's better. Strangely, that seems to be standing up a little off the board now. I guess it did before too. Okay. Add this on. We'll take another chip off and then try and get that on a little bit faster than the last one. I might try the FPU tonight and then I'll call it quits there. Because wife is coming home from watching her football game with the family. They're huge sports fans, so they love doing that. That's better. Okay, let's get this other chip off, shall we? My air back on. Alright, where are we? We want to be over here. I need a little more focus. How is it for you guys? Completely out of focus again. I gotta find a better way of doing this where we can both see at the same time. The camera's rotating now too, so let's fix that. Why is this? There we go. Okay, try that. Sorry for experimenting live, but it's about the only time I get to, unfortunately. Real life priorities always trump fun. Let's reset that back to where we had it. Okay. Now let's learn from the last one here. Give this more of a cleaning before we try and put it on. Let's see. It doesn't look bad, honestly. But neither did the last one, and it was such a pain to get on. So we'll try and take much of the original solder off as we can. This does not look bad to me. This looks like it should go on quite easily. So, let's see if I can get you guys to see this. Yeah. It does not look bad. It looks really clean. So I would expect it to go on quite easily. Well, let's give it a try and see. Maybe it'll go on a little bit easier than the last one. Maybe not. Alright, let's find our chip. There it is. I have to move this over so I can see. Nope. Alright, so there's our clipped corner, there's our clipped corner. Just for the heck of it, grab our carbon fiber pen one more time and quickly go over this. I just don't want it to have any excuse not to accept solder as I'm soldering it. So that took far too long as a result. Okay. Alright. Chip. Corner. orientations, I can work on this. Let's say that should be good. Here. Nope. If we add some to the pad, and leave it on top. Yeah, that stuck it down a bit better. That is UE12. Okay. Oh, the E's partially cut off there. That's interesting. Let's see if we can't get this whole side while we're here. That looks better. And can you guys see anything? Nope. Feel like this is now upside down. Let's switch the orientation here. There we go. That's better. So yeah, that actually seems like it's taken the solder that time. So let's do this side. There we go. Don't mind me with my mouth open every time I have to turn my head. Allergies lately. Kicking my butt. Why am I on the wrong chip? Oh, of course. This is another reason why we're going to call it a night, is getting a little tired now. Clearly. Alright. Let's do the hard side first, because there's another chip here. almost connected, not quite. That one's bridged. Now that's bridged. Okay. Let's check it out here. Well, actually, maybe not. That might be okay now. The top. I don't think there's anything there right now. How can I put this so you guys can see it? Let's clean that up. I realized I was getting that icky. Okay, let me move this around a little bit and see if I can see what's going on. I need there. Okay, there's a bridge. That's so funny. It is right in the middle of my view, and yet when I try to bring it into the middle of yours, it's completely off. So, back here, UE, right there. So there's the bridge. I can see it. There we go. No, there's still a bridge there. Just move between the pins. There we go. Okay. No, it's still there. Take a little bit off. Back again. Yeah, that's way better. That actually seems like it's connected now. So, we've got that side's connected. That side's connected. That side's connected, which you can't see. There it is. Don't see any bridges. The hard side, which again you can't see. Connected. I think those, well, apart from, not quite sure this is as connected as I would like. That one's the one that concerns me. I'll definitely need to test these. Make sure everything is properly connected. Now, oh, that's completely out of focus for me and you. Okay, at least we're on the same page this time. Right. And it looks pretty decent apart from... I'm not so sure about this side. I think it's connected, but I'd like to double check that. For now, I'm going to grab the FPU. And that'll be the last one I connect for tonight. What the heck? Okay, lock that. Lock that. Trying not to damage the board that this is all coming from, because ultimately, I mean, there's only the one problem with it, which is there is no sound. So, maybe I'll get back to it one of these days and figure out why that was the case. I'd rather have a working board right now, so that's why I'm really glad that we have the option these days for these reloaded boards. If I had to request one, or two even, I'd say I would love to see a classic, Color Classic 2 reloaded board. Because I have two of those that are driving me nuts right now. It would just be nice just to move the chips over to a new board and see if they just work. The only problem with those ones, of course, is you'd have to salvage the edge connector because I don't know that you can buy those otherwise. Cool down. All right. FPU is off. And let's take a look at this chip. Oh, that's still warm. You'd think I'd learn by now. Let's take a look at this chip first. And again, it looks fine. Like, I don't feel it really needs much of a cleaning to go on. Yeah, it's still very warm. Let's let that cool down. Flux there. Thank you. Alright, FPU, where's pin 1? There it is. Okay, so we got view, maybe clipped corner, clipped corner. Alright. Yeah, I can see why these are challenging. Man, there's not much room on these pads at all. Like, I don't even know if that one is on. I guess it was. Let's do this. Add a little bit of the flux to make things sticky. And try and line things up. Guess so. I could use a little bit more on this side, I suspect. Boy, it is very tight. Okay. And I don't love that that's slightly tilted. Let's see if we can fix it. I'll do it. I think so. My best I'm going to be able to do. So, grab our solder. Hold her down. So one side. Opposite corner and keep it straight as possible. I know it's more solder than I really need. Oh, where do we want to start? Might as well start here, I guess. Giga Rossmann of flux. And we'll just run it over. Well, some of them have, and some of them haven't taken. Let's see if we can improve that a little. Oh, you're of course not seeing anything. Let's try that again. Side doesn't look too bad. Let's do the opposite side. And there you can see. Okay. is still not lined here. There it goes. Oh, there's the bridge. There, got it. Okay. That side doesn't look too bad. Next side. Let's get that into view. There we go. Okay. I think that's about as in view as I can get for you guys. Bridge right here. And since it's in my view, it's out of yours. It's very irritating. Okay. Don't need that much. Let's actually get this cleaned off. Thank you. All right. Pretty good. Oh, come on. There we go. It is hard to keep these both in focus, that is for sure. Okay. That looks decent. Kind of wonder about this one. Oh, no, that's on there. Okay. Last side. Okay. And there. Big old bridge. Let's fix that. There we go. Oh, man, out of view again. There we go. Okay. Let's do a quick looking over here. Well, if we can. How do I get this better focused? I guess I gotta move this again. Let's try that. That's way better focused. Okay. So, give that a spritz. Looks pretty good on that side. And this. Let's turn it around this way. Looks pretty good. This side. Oh, this side. Okay. That side. Okay. That side. Well, those all look good to me. Nothing stands out as being bridged. I believe they are all connected. Again, I will do a offline verification of these, since they are a bit notorious. Yeah. Clip some more flux here. Okay, that is going to have to be it for me for today. I don't think anyone has stuck around, but you know, that's okay. This was unplanned, just me wanting to work on something fun. So, thank you for anyone that watches. I'll endeavor to get better at looking at cameras, but at least I'm hoping the audio is better today.